This is the Louie Tee Network.
In the lab room. 5 minutes or less.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome, you're in the lab room. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on this program, 5 Minute or Less series, 2014 schedule release of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm talking about one of the blue bloods of the National Football League. I'm talking about the only 6-time Super Bowl champion team in the National Football League. Of course, I'm talking about a 5-star football team. Let's take a look at these primetime games. And so, week 2 at Baltimore. When I hear Steelers and Ravens, I just look around. I just want to punch somebody in the face. The next person I see, I just want to punch them in their face. That's how this game makes me feel. It makes me feel aggressive for no reason. And so week 2, you got to go to Baltimore right out of the box, essentially. I mean, we're talking Thursday Night Football, week 2, you're at Baltimore. You got to try to get it done. Usually, you don't have a problem going to Baltimore and smacking them in the mouth. Your problem is when you don't know what's going to happen, because you can go to Baltimore and win, and then they'll come to Pittsburgh and get it back. And so it's anybody's game. It's just physical. It's just Baltimore. It's just Pittsburgh. It's just primetime television. What more do you want? You move on to week number 3, Sunday Night Football. So you get primetime action week 2. They follow that up week 3 with some more primetime action. This time Sunday Night Football. Carolina Panthers are hosting you at Bank of America Stadium. You got to go and try to get a win on the road against a team that won the division a season ago. But they got a little bit of turmoil going on over there. They're trying to fix this roster up, had an exodus over the offseason. And so you might be able to sneak in there and steal one early in the season. The way you play defense, maybe you're able to go in there and get a win. That's going to be a really good football game to watch. We'll see what happens week 3. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Carolina Panthers. You move on to week number 9. And we're back to doing this again. Ravens, Steelers. This time you're at home hosting the Ravens. Sunday Night Football. I mean, really, it just gets the hairs on my arms standing up, you know? And so it's Ravens, it's Steelers, it's primetime, it's week 9, it's Sunday Night Football. Enough said. You look at week 7, Monday Night Football. You're at home versus the Houston Texans. Texans struggled mightily last season. They're going to have a new quarterback. When you see them in week number 7, they're going to be a different football team. You got to try to get a win at home versus a Houston Texans team that's looking to find their identity. You look at week number 11 at Tennessee. They beat you last year. You owe them. This is a get-back game. You owe them some get-back for what they did to you week 1 last season. They snuck you. I mean, you weren't looking. You were minding your own business, and they came from behind and punched you in the back of your head. They snuck you, and then they ran away. Time for you to get some get-back week number 11. And remember, 2 years ago, they beat you on Thursday Night Football in Tennessee. You really owe these guys. I mean, you really do. Here's a chance to get some get-back week number 11 at Tennessee on Monday night. Time for you to get these boys back for them beating you the last 2 times you've seen them. So you move on to divisional games. And for you, you haven't been the champion of this division in a long time, it seems like. I mean, it's been a while since you've been able to call yourself the king of the AFC North. Time for you to get back to being one of the bullies in this division. You still are. I won't disrespect you and not call you a bully. But I'm telling you right now, nobody's afraid of you like they used to be. And nobody's walking around and got their head down when they see the Steelers, don't want to make eye contact because they don't want any confrontation. Nobody's afraid anymore. People are looking you right in your eyes like, hey, I know you're a bully, but so am I. I'm not afraid of you, boy. Now it's time for you to kind of get that edge back. Here's an opportunity to do it within the division. Week 9, Baltimore at home. Sunday Night Football, already talked about it. Ravens, Steelers. Sunday night, don't need to say much more. You go on to week 2, you're at Baltimore. Again, primetime Thursday Night Football. You're at the Ravens. It's Ravens, it's Steelers, it's primetime. Again, enough said. You move on to Cincinnati, week 17. You're at home. And that's a big one because you're at home, last game of the season, within the division. I'm talking about you potentially winning this division. Well, this could be a game with huge playoff implications. This could be for the division. This could be for a wild card berth. This could be for you to get in. This could be for the Cincinnati Bengals to get in. You don't know what week 17 holds in store for you. All you know is I'm at home, so whatever happens, I feel good about my chances. And so you move on to week 14. You've got to go to the jungle in Cincinnati and get a win. Tough place for you to play and get W's, but you've got to strap it up and try to get it done again. If you want to return to the top of the mountain in the AFC North, you got to start beating teams on the road and getting it done consistently. Here's an opportunity for you to do that week 14 against the Cincinnati Bengals in the jungle. You move on to Cleveland. Week 1, right out of the gate, you're at home versus the Cleveland Browns. I'm not going to say anything but this. Win the game. Okay? Yeah, the Browns are getting better. You are still the Steelers. You're at home opening up the season. You better not have your eyes shut like you did last season against Tennessee. Your eyes were wide shut last season. And you fell asleep, and the Tennessee Titans snuck you in the first week of the season. And it kind of was a microcosm of your season. You got to have this one right out of the gate against Cleveland, week 1. You move on to week 6. You got the Browns on the road. You got to take care of business. The Browns, if they're not a good team, and I don't know if the Browns will have found themselves by week 6, because both of your games against the Browns would have been done by week 6. So you'll be done with the Browns. I don't know if they would have found themselves yet by week 6. Whatever the case may be, if they're still the Browns that really don't know, they're inconsistent, you need to have beaten them twice. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want to win this division, you got to beat the Browns 2 times. Moving on. So you go to anomalies. And anomalies for me are stretches in the schedule that are outliers. 3 out of 4 at home or away. 4 out of 5 at home or away. 4 straight on the road, 4 straight at home, 3 straight on the road, 3 straight at home. Even a London game qualifies in an anomaly. And so you look at this anomaly for the Steelers. They got 2, 1 at home, 1 on the road, and 3 straight home games for the Steelers, weeks 7 through 9. Got to take advantage of it. It's really nothing else for me to say there. Take advantage of opportunities to win games at home. They give you 3 of them in a row, weeks 7 through 9. Win them all if you can. If not, you can't go any worse than 2-1 in that stretch. Simple as that. You move on to the other anomaly, and it's an away anomaly. And so 4 out of 5 on the road, weeks 2 through 6. So right out of the gate, essentially, you get 4 games on the road out of 5 in weeks 2 through 6, and you gotta strap it up. You've got to be able to go on the road. And the old Steelers, the ones that used to find themselves battling for a Super Bowl championship, battling in the AFC championship every year, the ones that were almost at the top of the division every single year, those Steelers, those guys used to win on the road with no problem. They didn't have a problem going into your house, disrespecting you, putting their feet up on your couch, not taking their shoes off, going in your pantry, eating up all your snacks, drinking up all your beverages, leaving the containers on the floor, and just absolutely disrespecting your house. The Steelers of old didn't have a problem doing it. These Steelers, they're really nice. They're very cordial. They come in your house. They use manners. They ask you for things. They throw them away when they're done. They take their shoes off at the door. It's time for you to start being disrespectful again. Here's an opportunity for you to do that right out of the gate. Weeks 2 through 6, you're on the road 4 out of 5. Time for you to be disrespectful on the road. Week 12, that's your bye week. That is an excellent bye if you're the Steelers. You can't ask for it much better than that. Take full advantage of this bye week because you're going to need it going down the stretch to finish up your schedule. You look at the mark your calendar games, NYC, for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Weeks 2 and 9, Ravens on primetime television. Week 17, Cincinnati at home. That game, and I've already talked about it a little bit, that game could be for the division. That game could be for a playoff berth for you or Cincinnati. Who knows? Maybe both of you. So that's a huge game. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers in 5 minutes or less.
While you're here, go ahead and sub up.
In the Lab